And great dawning, everyone. Welcome again to Sunday Sessions. Of course, I am Mariana, your lifestyle alchemist of transformation engineering through mindset and money mastery. I am here on today to share with you a part four of our series that we've already started for the last couple of Sundays, and we're just going to continue going. So if you are watching and you are listening, go ahead and share this out with someone else, invite someone else to come on board to be with us because we are live and waiting on you. Absolutely. Positively. So the purpose of Sunday lessons is simply to get us engaged and operating from a position of we can take a breath and we can get prepared for the new week. I know that most people kind of wait until Monday, but I think if we could take this time out on Sunday afternoon to really focus on what it is we want to accomplish and what it is we want to engage in, right? So if we can do that, then we'll be able to go a little further and go a little deeper. How about that? So the first week we met, we talked about activating the possibility of being able to, how do we go about figuring out what's a good way for us to create some fast cash or some cash now money. And so we walked through that process together. And then after that, we came back and we looked at how we can actually implement that process. And then yesterday, I talked about the power, using the power of 10 to be able to accent and multiply your intentions for your money and your wealth. Okay. So we're going to continue our conversation today, and I want to bring it into an atmosphere of us really concentrating on what it is we're going to do. Now, listen, this is going to be a very quick lesson. This is going to be a lesson that is going to walk you through. We won't be using the chalkboard today. I really just want to open up this opportunity for you and I to have a conversation. Absolutely, positively. So if you are getting tagged in this, I really want to invite you to participate. I want to encourage you to pull back out that fast cash idea that you had. That I'm getting something here. See, I'm just real. I'm real. Pull out the fast cash initiative that you came up with of how you're going to create some fast cash. Let's talk about what that looks like. Let's dive deep into the development of how you can begin to drill down into the process, right? How do you get your idea? Get to be working that process. Now we got the product, now we got a process, and now we got to get it to the people. And one of the things I talked about yesterday was to implement the power of 10. We deal with exponents around here because we have an exponential existence. So we want to do things exponentially. We just don't want to multiply things. We want to actually use an exponential component, meaning that if you're looking at exponents, if you are the base and there's an exponent in the upper right-hand corner, what that means is that you're going to use that power number to expand out, because if you are the base, or the base number would be 2 into the third power, then 2 times 2 is 4, and then 4 times 2 is 8. So the expansion of that possibility of that base just went up, versus 2 times 2 times 2 is 6, right? 2 times 3 being 6, 2 threes being 6, okay? So that's what we want to say. We want to focus on the exponentiality component. Everyone that is here with me on today, we're definitely going to be engaging more and more. Again, our goal for you here at Exponential Existence is to be able to, through our program of Exponential Existence and choosing to choose versus allowing chance, to impact your life so that you can begin to connect the pieces of your vision and implement them with fluidity and with integrity so that you can have the life that you desire. One that is full of more focus, more freedom, more financial security, quality relationships, and just exponential growth. That's exactly what it's about. And you're going to leave a legacy of the same. So if you are going to embark on that, then that's where we're going to start at on today. So again, we're going to just recap into the next step of once you implement that exponentiality of the 10 took 10th power to your current process or accessing. Now I got an email that brings us to the people. So now we have the 10x problem, or 10x to the 10th power component of that. And of that 10th power component, what that's going to do is they're going to send us into a position where we can begin to exemplify the power of connection. That's all that does. It gives us the power of connection. You can go back and watch the full video when I walk you through how that process works. Now, remind you, what I'm doing right now is nothing that I have not done myself. That I'm not practicing on a regular basis to ensure that I'm able to fulfill my mission and that I'm passionate about and that has purpose, so that I can get holistic profits. And I'm sharing that with you on today. So if you are in our academy and you're watching this in replay, just know that we are moving forward. And this is a great way. You can always go back to our YouTube channel and you can click the link and it will show you all the previous lessons, and you don't have to worry about missing out on the opportunity. I want to remind you also, you can go to afuaspeaks.com/connect and you can connect with me. You can send me an email and we'll be able to connect. Absolutely. Just going to give me one more second. Excellent. So now I think we're ready. We have everything ready to go. All right. So as we are going into our program on today, thinking about that product that you decided that you were going to do fast cash, that is based upon what you're good at, what you love, and what people come to you for or depend upon you for. So something that you have, right? That's what you're going to use to create this product. Now, you may find that you're not as passionate about it, but it's going to bring in the revenue for you to be able to pursue your passion. That's the kicker. You want to begin to do that. So let's engage in that process. We call that process. And then we're going to implement. The process was that we were going to make sure that we communicated and we shared it with 10 people and just asked them to share it with 10 more people. Whether it was your video, your flyer, a conversation that you have, but typically you want to give them something that is tangible. You want to give them things that are holding on to the newness or the nuances of that particular journey. Okay. So if you're going to go through that particular journey and you're going to go through all that process, you got to get it to the people. So when you go and you get it to the people, you now are going to, how do you keep the people to know that, so you don't have to go digging for another 10 people or another 100 people every time you do it. You build up relationships with them. You want to collect, you want to create a system that allows you to pull in that information and hold on to it. Now, a lot of people, if you're nervous about collecting information, or if you're a person that's nervous of giving up your own personal information, then that's the type of people you're going to attract. Remember, I told you, you have what you believe, say, and practice. You want to begin to practice a growth mindset, a mindset that allows you to exemplify and express freedom. And freedom is not just about having the freedom to choose. Freedom is about the ability and understanding your power and the ability for you to create and draw onto you that which you desire and that which you know will be beneficial first to you and then others around you that you want to impact. So if you can create that space, of existence, then you can move forward into the actualization of thriving and striving into your newest and highest self. All right, does that sound good? So again, you are going to take that opportunity to branch off into your new experience. Marian, I also want to know, what do you mean by a customer relations program? That program I'm talking about is called a CRM. It could be SurveyMonkey. Now, mind you, I'm giving you some names of things. I'm not endorsing one or the other. I'm just saying that you need to have a place in which you can harness and build a relationship with the persons who have already said that they're going to support you in the process of sharing out your information about your product, information about your services, so that you can begin to exemplify that. But if you're not willing to share that information or take the opportunity, and I'm going to also tell you that many of what I'm going to share on today are actually free services. You heard me. They're actually free services. They're free services. Things like SurveyMonkey, things like the opportunity for you to have, or you can have a paid service like Constant Contact, which is a low end. Get Responses are low ends. You have Infusionsoft, you have Aweber, things like that that are going to allow you the opportunity to collect information. They are going to allow you to collect information and bring it about a good exchange of information. So again, what do you want to collect? You definitely want to collect their name. You definitely want to connect their emails. And you might even, in a secondary request or email, you might even want to ask them to share their phone number so they can get information and notifications a bit more quickly. If you are part of my family already, you know that that's what I've asked for. When you come in, I ask you for your name, your email, and a phone number that I can text you at. And that's how a lot of you get on this program on today. So if that's what you're going to work on, then that's what we're going to look at, and we're going to go from there. All right, next, we are sharing out the opportunity for us to harness the relationship we have with the people. Now, do you want to give it, is everyone going to be your customer? The answer is no. So you got to be really specific on who you're targeting. And you got to understand that just because you're enthused about this thing and you're passionate about it, that your friends, your family members, your coworkers may not be. And they could be your best friend, and they may not have the passion for this particular way that you do. So you want to keep this going in an atmosphere that allows you to share and build more and more of your unique programming process to other people. So this has been our section 4 of our desired plan of action, and that we are going to inhibit and participate in to enjoy and enhance our greatest parts of our activation of knowing, service, and optimism. So get busy, get in action, and remember that it is always choice over chance that you need to activate.